In our pursuit of happiness, Jesus is inviting us to search for genuine happiness in things that are of value, things that build our lives, things that would help us also to build other people's lives. And only things of value can give you genuine happiness. Only things of value can give you long-lasting happiness. And that is what we have to be running after. Many people in this world are in search of happiness, but in wrong places, in wrong companies. And so the happiness that they get from those wrong places with those wrong companies is just for a short time. It is just for that moment. It's like you go to a nightclub, you dance, you drink your head off. You are very happy in that short moment, but then the following day, because that, you know, that nightclub or that happiness is not going to go on and on and on. There is a following day coming when you have to wake up and say, okay, so what happened last night? Where was I? Maybe you'll have squandered all the money that you kept for rentals, for school fees, etc., etc. So many people would want to go and have that kind of short happiness. But then what happens the following day is they begin to even regret that they shouldn't have spent so much money just on the bottles. Others are looking for happiness in things that give them immediate happiness, things that are instant, especially the young people. They go to social media to look for images, to look for influencers that look happy in their life, so that they are inspired by those. But then the happiness that they get from that influence is not as much as one can get from something of great value. And in this case, we're talking about discipleship. That when you are a disciple, what you get from discipleship could, first of all, be a cross. But there is hidden happiness in that cross. Many people don't want to hear anything about carrying the cross, because there's nothing happy about carrying the cross. There's nothing joyful about carrying the cross. Jesus says, if you want to follow me, and if you want to be truly happy, carry your own cross. Because you will not gain anything from the world as much as you can gain from being my disciple. The world is going to give you happiness, quite all right. The world is going to make you feel comfortable, quite all right. But whatever you get from out there, if you get it without me, that is Jesus himself, then it is just for a short period. And even before you know it, it will have disappeared. He's asking a very important question in today's gospel. What does it profit a person, a man or a woman, to gain the whole world, to be happy in the world, to dance and wine in this world, and then forfeit one's life? You can own the whole world if you have to. You can have everything that exists in the world. You can have all the monies that are there in the world. But of what profit is that if it makes you forfeit your own life? When Jesus is talking in this manner, he's not saying anything against being wealthy. In case somebody out there is wealthy and they begin to feel guilty because they have money. This has nothing to do with being wealthy as such. Because you can be a wealthy person but also a disciple of Jesus. It is possible. Jesus gives you the resources that you have in order that you become a blessing to the people that you have in your life. Even strangers, you become a blessing to them. So there is nothing sinful about having wealth. But when you begin to look at wealth as the end and source of your happiness, then there's something wrong with that. Then you are not yet a disciple of that person who has given you even that wealth. You lose your own life. You forfeit your own life because you want to own the whole world. Jesus says, be my disciple. Be on this path of discipleship, which can many times be even difficult, because you have to carry the cross. Don't stay away from the cross. But if you carry that cross with my strength, with divine strength, If you carry that cross with Jesus, then you know that you're not carrying that cross in vain. And the happiness, the joy that you get out of there is long-lasting. It is not temporal. You can get temporal happiness from activities of this world. But what you get from carrying the cross with Jesus is not temporal happiness. When you reach Calvary, when you reach that point of crucifixion and you finally resurrect from that pain, you even forget that you are to carry your cross at one point. Because what matters at that point is the happiness that Jesus has given you. So in our pursuit of happiness, as we go about in search of genuine happiness, we are invited today to look for genuine happiness in things of value. Things that are connected to the life of Jesus. Things that are connected to the life of discipleship. Things that can even be connected to the cross. Because happiness and genuine happiness lies always hidden in the pain of the cross. Only those that have the eyes of faith, the third eye of faith, are able to see the happiness that lies hidden in the pain of carrying the cross. Amen.